Megalo Box Nomad has been an absolutely amazing series so far, and it's the perfect sequel to the already amazing Megalo Box. This season has been able to expand upon the world and its characters in a way I didn't think the world of Megalo Box would ever go in, and it has been absolutely amazing so far. The first season was much more about following your dreams and showing the message that you can do anything if you work hard, but this season is much more dark with its themes that I don't want to get into here as to try to avoid spoilers, but this series is much more dark and gritty than the first season, which in itself was already really dark and gritty, but that is one of the things that makes this season so amazing. Megalo Box Nomad is a story about Joe's redemption after something that takes place after the first season. In the beginning, he is in his lowest point, but over time we see him slowly go back to the old Joe due to certain things that have happened throughout the series, and honestly, the series has handled telling a story like that extremely well and feels extremely real and not out of place for the world or its characters, and that's amazing. And the art and animation in this season is amazing as well. This show looks so damn good, which just makes everything feel amazing. The darker, more gritty take on this already dark and gritty world has been amazing and has allowed for more world building and character development than we saw in the entirety of the first season from all the characters, not just Joe, and that is amazing. This season has done everything right in continuing a story in the same universe as the original and has handled everything amazingly. This season is truly something special and something that I definitely look forward to every single week when a new episode comes out. The atmosphere this season has provided is truly something amazing. We get to see all the dark parts of this world and not just all the happy stuff, and the first season sort of explored this stuff but nowhere near to the same degree, and the fact that this season has been willing to do that to me is amazing. Okay, that's it for the non-spoiler section. I highly recommend this series if you have not watched it, as it is absolutely amazing and is truly something special. It is dark and gritty for all the right reasons, and that is the biggest reason as to why the series and this season specifically is so amazing. The start of this season was truly something amazing. Seeing Joe going through the struggle of loss and handling it in an extremely poor way is crazy, especially if you look at where we left him off as the champion of Megalo Boxing. Seeing how he has spiraled out of control, taking drugs to try and make himself feel better, and is really just killing himself more and more with each passing second is insane. But what I love the most is that when Joe meets Chief, a guy who has gone through similar experiences, Joe starts to open up more and changes back into the guy we know and love. Chief was the only man who could save Joe at that moment, and that fact that Joe met him was almost like fate, especially since we see Joe team up with Chief in a Megalo Boxing tournament that if they win, they will be able to buy the land of Chief's people live on, and that is awesome. The characters in this season, new and old, are amazing. I love to see how the new characters play off of Joe and what kind of experiences led them to this life, but what I also love is seeing the older characters and seeing what happened to them in the time we were away from them, the experiences that made them who they are today. The character writing in the season has been phenomenal, and that is awesome because it allows us to get right into the heads of both the new and older characters, learning from their experiences and seeing how they changed overall. I would say that this show has some absolutely amazing characters that really help enhance the experience of both the story and the world. Gearless Joe, or just Joe, is a phenomenal protagonist in both season 1 and this current season. We have seen so much development of his character and in an extremely realistic way. His character is something special. We don't get to see a character as diverse as his very often. His character is almost completely different from what it was at the beginning of their series due to all the things he's had to go through and experience, including some of the stuff we didn't get to see. His character went from his hopeful fighter who believes he can be the best boxer to this grieving man blaming himself for everything that happened and is now coming back and trying to redeem himself and love himself again, and honestly I love that so much. His character is truly amazing. The art and animation this season has been on point. It honestly looks even nicer than the first season did, and I think that is mostly due to the fact that they have just embraced the dark and gritty atmosphere of the world that Megalo Box takes place in. But honestly, the fights in this season have so much fluidity to them. They look so clean and nice, and hell, even just regular dialogue scenes look nice. This season has had everything going for it in terms of art and animation. You can definitely see the passion of the animators behind every scene, and it just makes everything look that much nicer. The music in this season has been next level. It accompanies the atmosphere of the world they are trying to portray perfectly, and it can get very emotional as well, making for even nicer scenes. Overall, the music this season far surpasses anything we saw the first season, as the atmosphere is much more dark and much more somber, and the music reflects that perfectly. There is almost nothing bad I can say about the music. It is truly something special, and it is very emotional as well, allowing you to feel the emotions of the scenes that they want you to feel. Megalo Box Nomad has truly been something special, and it is the perfect sequel to an already amazing series. This season took everything the first season did and flipped it on its head, enhancing everything, making for a more seamless experience, and the growth of the characters, not just on screen but off screen as well, have been phenomenal. Honestly, this season has done just about everything right when it comes to being a sequel, and I think that it has lived up to the expectations of the fans who wanted more Megalo Box, because I sure as hell know that it lived up to mine. This season has truly been something special, and I can't wait to see how it is going to end.